So 2020 is about to come to an end, and we've seen a lot of great sneakers coming out through the year. Literally thousands of shoes came out, and there were some very iconic sneakers that came out as well, like the Jordan 1 Dior's. That was a super huge drop, the highs and the lows. Those retail prices I think were like in the thousands of dollars, and they were reselling like the day after for like $10,000. Insane. We saw Travis Scott release multiple shoes this year as well, all of them taking off and doing really well on the resale market and hype market as well. And of course Kanye West released like 100 different Yeezy 350s with a different slightly shade of brown on each shoe. So yeah, those are cool too, I guess. But anyway, this video is gonna be talking about the 5 shoes that I love the most in 2020 and one shoe that I thought was the worst sneaker drop of 2020. So we'll save that one for last, but let's get into the ones that I think were the best shoes of this year. And so we can start it off with this pair over here, released in November of 2020. This is the Nike SB Dunk Elephants. And if you guys know me, the Air Max 1 Atmos is one of my favorite sneakers of all time. So seeing it come out in SB form was like a really big thing for me. And the execution and everything on this is just really clean. Super nice shoe over here, and it wasn't super hard to get. I think resale value right now for this thing is going for like $350, maybe $400, so it's relatively low. You're able to get these from skate shops or on Sneakers app, and I did not hit on either of them unfortunately, so I had to pay resale value, but I think it was a good investment. One of my favorite sneaker drops of the year for sure. Also, as a heads up, none of these shoes are in a particular order. It was too hard for me to rate like, you know, my favorite 1 through 5, so don't think this is like a countdown or a count up, whatever it would be. It is just my favorite 5 of the year. So my next favorite sneaker of the year was this shoe right over here, and this is a funny one, guys. Jordan 4 Union Off Noir. And originally when we first saw the concept pictures and stuff, I was under the same impression as most people where they were saying this shoe was disgusting. And the reason why was because when we first saw the concept pictures for this shoe, this is what the tongue looked like. It was so down and everything, so you couldn't really like pop it up, and we didn't even know you could pop up the tongue at that point. So a lot of people were like, that was really, really weird. It didn't look very good at all. And then they came out with the fact that you can actually take off the stitching of this, pop it up, and it looks like a regular tongue. And man, that small little detail for me and that small little change really changed my entire opinion of the shoe. Also the fact that when I saw these in hand and saw the materials and stuff like on this thing and the execution, it's a really, really well made shoe, guys. So this was one that I originally thought was going to be one of the worst sneakers of the year, and it ended up being one of my top 5. Things change, people's opinions change, and my opinion changed on this one for sure. And what was really cool about this one too is I was able to cop this one for retail from the Union website, I believe. So it wasn't like a super hard drop, just went in on the Union website when it released and was lucky enough to card it and check out. So that makes it like even better for me. I was able to cop it for retail. One of my favorite sneaker pickups of the year, and just favorite sneakers in general for 2020. My next favorite shoe of the year is going to be this one over here, the Air Max 1 Denim, guys. Very, very underrated shoe and very slept on. And I know a lot of people are going to say, dude, that's not a top sneaker of the year. There's so much better choices. You could have picked the Travis Dunk SB or something. But guys, I mean, your top 5 is your own matter of opinion. And this one for me is just such a well-crafted shoe. Like, it's so well executed, and people are really sleeping on this one in my opinion. And I just think that everything about it was like, it screams like craftsmanship and what a sneaker should be. That's why I like this one a lot. If you guys are unfamiliar with this pair, the Denim Air Max 1 is actually made from a company called Denim, the jean maker. It is a mix of denim and suede on the upper, and just a really premium vibe. Execution is just on point, guys, and it can really showcase like what they do is like, you know, focusing on denim and stuff. So I think that's really cool. Also, premium vibes on the insole over there. It's like a full leather insole with a whole bunch of like the logo of Denim on there. So I think it's just a really well made shoe, guys, and I just like the colorway. I like everything about it. Super slept on, and I haven't had a chance to wear this one yet, but I'm super excited to wear it out once, like, you know, the pandemic and stuff ends. So this is one that I'm very excited to wear, and if you guys don't have it yet, I would suggest copying. Okay, and for my next pick for the top 5 sneakers of this year, I do want to say that I do not have this shoe in my possession, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm trying to figure out if I want to buy it on resale or not, and I probably will, but I don't have it in my possession just yet. The shoe that I'm actually talking about is the Kobe 5 Pro Tro Bruce Lee. Now, this shoe is one that I really, really love, guys. The original Kobe 5 Bruce Lee was dropped in 2010, and that was one shoe that I really wanted for a really long time, but the resale value is always high on that. And when I did get into sneakers around like 2016, 2017, I was looking at it and I was like, I don't know if I want to buy a 7-year-old shoe for the resale prices that I was going for. I think it was like $500 or $600. And you guys know that 2020 was a very like rough year, not only because of like, you know, the pandemic and stuff, but Kobe, you know, he had his tragic accident at the start of the year, and yeah, it really shot up like all of his shoes, and just nostalgia for Kobe obviously is at like an all-time high and stuff. So for sure I wanted to put a Kobe on this list for 2020, and there was like a good amount of drops and stuff that were like Kobe sneakers that came out this year, but none of them really spoke to me per se. But then they announced that they were going to release the Kobe 5 Bruce Lee's, and I was just like, okay, that's going to be one of my top 5 sneakers of the year. What was really interesting about that shoe too is that they actually did the ESPN documentary for Bruce Lee, and it was called Be Water, and it was really great. I watched it on ESPN Plus. It was very, very cool, and yeah, combination of Bruce Lee, one of my personal heroes, and Kobe into one sneaker and the fact that I love the color yellow in shoes, it's a perfect shoe for me. So that is why it's in my top 5, and hopefully it'll be in the sneaker room very soon. And so for the last shoe, and probably if I had to pick a sneaker of the year, I guess it would have to be this shoe over here. This is one of my favorite pickups of the year, one of the best shoes to release this year, probably one of the best shoes of the decade, to be honest, guys. This right here is the Nike SB Dunkelo Chunky Dunkies, and you guys know this shoe. It is in collaboration with Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and man, the execution of this thing is just perfect. Like everything down to the details, everything they did with like the media releases and stuff, perfect execution on a sneaker, and the hype was great on this thing. Just check out the shoe up close, guys. This is such a perfect sneaker. It definitely looks like the Ben & Jerry's ice cream containers and whatnot. This Nike swoosh over here is just perfect, man. Even the Nike on the back, you guys can see that. That is like the font that they use for Ben & Jerry's, which I think is pretty cool. Quality control on this one is really awesome, and just a very well made shoe, and execution again on point. And I think in terms of resale, this is like one of the most expensive shoes I ever paid resale for, just because I wanted it that bad. Very great cop over here, and probably the best drop of this year. Okay, and now we can get into the shoe that I thought was the worst sneaker drop of 2020. Again, this is all subjective. It's my own opinion. Don't get angry if you really love this shoe and you guys love the concept behind it. But for the shoe that I think is the worst looking shoe of 2020, it's got to go to the Crocs Clog Nicole McLaughlin, guys. I mean, look at this shoe over here. I see, I don't want to be too mean and harsh about it, but I mean, you guys can see it, right? Most of you guys behind this camera are like, yeah, that's probably the worst sneaker drop of the year. They tried to do so much with it. I believe like the concept and stuff behind it was like they tried to make it like an adventure wear like Croc for some reason. You're not gonna wear Crocs into the like, you know, wilderness and stuff. It doesn't make sense. They put like compasses on it. They put like lights on it and stuff. They made it like a adventure shoe, and they wanted to make it like waterproof or something, which is why it has like this weird like trash bag around the ankle and stuff. And guys, it's giving me like the Air Mars Yard, like the overshoe, those kinds of vibes, but it's on a Croc, so it makes it even worse. So I don't know what they were doing with this, and they made it a limited drop. There's like no resale value on it. I don't think there's any hype on it, and I mean, for good reason. It just doesn't look good. Again, I'm not cranking on the artist, I'm just cranking on the fact that the shoe, I don't even know if you can call it a shoe. It doesn't look like a shoe, it's a Croc. Crocs are not shoes. So that is my take on the worst shoe of the year, but that is my own personal opinion. So that is my top 5 sneakers of the year, plus one that I really did not like this year. I do want to see what your guys' opinions are though on the top 5 sneakers of the year for you, and also maybe one shoe that you did not like at all this year. So go ahead and comment that all down below. I usually read like all of the comments, and I try to respond to like almost everybody. So if you guys comment something, I probably will see it, and I will let you guys know, yeah, I can kind of agree with that, or you got to pick a better top 5, man. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Comment that down below. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A lot of great sneakers that dropped in 2020, and there was a lot of like different like options for me to choose from, but these were the 5 that really spoke to me this year, and I have most of them in my collection, which was really great too. So it just really shows like these are shoes that I actually gravitated towards. Like people would say, why did you not pick the Jordan 1 Dior's, or why did you not pick the Travis Scott SB Dunks? And it's just like, they were cool shoes, they were cool drops, but it's not something that I personally like. Like the Jordan 1 Dior hype I think was overblown. The shoe itself does not look that great in terms of like premium quality and stuff. I would pick that Air Max 1 Denim over the Jordan 1 Dior, and that's just my own personal opinion, but I think that shoe is much more like thoughtful and like, you know, artistic, rather than slapping the Dior logo on a swoosh and just making it very limited. So that's just my take on how I picked my top 5, but again, it is all a matter of opinion, and this one is mine. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys did, don't forget to hit that like button down below, and until next time, guys, stay humble, stay blessed, take care, and I will see you on the next episode. Aloha. Shoot!